I think this is my 5th update. The last update I spanned my camera really fast. I moved it really fast, so this time I'm gonna try and move it slower. It's getting warmer now, so I turned off the heater now, so no more heater at night. Things seem to be blooming really well too because it's getting hotter, the water gets warmer. Same here. This is spinach, Chinese spinach, I think Chinese spinach. More salad, more greens. This is a kumquat that is outside, but then I have to bring it inside for the winter. More stuff. This is onions. You buy a bundle of it. You go home, you use the leaf, and you save the roots, and then you just put it in, and then it'll grow again. So it's pretty cool. More flowers for the Meyer lemons. More greens, and deep water culture is doing pretty good, I guess. I mean, the salad's growing that big. You know, I'm trying to remember to expand the camera, to move the camera slower. Here is my strawberry. In the winter, it didn't do too good. I thought it might die, but then look at this, it's blooming back. Greener again. I bought some iron powder, so it looked like it was need a lot of iron because the leaf color is kind of not fade away. You want a dark green. That's when you know there's there's enough iron system, and there's the leaf turning yellow. That means it's lacking iron. So I bought more irons, and then this one is I guess it's a really good one. It's really expensive though, like $40-something for 2 pounds. And so I put it in, and a week later you see the difference. Everything becomes greener. I'm gonna start pulling the greens pretty soon though, because I want to start to seed new seed for the spring. So we're gonna eat this, and I'm gonna give a lot away because I cannot eat all of this. My family cannot eat all of this by ourselves. So I mean, they're just going crazy. Let's see what else. Here I create this here. Right now I use it as a seed tray pretty much, where I put a cup, put in some seed, and then the rock, I didn't do it too high, so there's still water flowing. So every 15 minutes it go all the way up, the water go up, and then that's how it is, and then it would wick up to the pot. So and now I have some cucumber growing already. This is my first try doing this, so I don't know how it's gonna work, but hey, cucumbers going. See here, my fish still doing good. You can see my fish, a lot of perch. I caught a catfish and I put it in there, and it got pretty big actually. I will eventually buy more catfish, and then just put one tank with all perch, and then one tank with, and then this tank here will just be all catfish. Down here the sump tank is still, you guys can see it, it's still doing good, still flowing, still working. I mean, simple, easy and simple. The only thing I don't like is I actually have 3 pumps in this system, and the main pump is 75 watts, and it's like 1,000-something gallons per hour. And I only turn it on 15 on, 15 off. So with 15 on, 15 off, it's not that bad. And then I have 2 small pumps. Each pump will pump into the fish tank. So each pump pumps to the fish tank, and then that is about 36 watts per hour. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, it's okay. Most people say it's not efficient because you're using 3 pumps, but I have nothing happened. I mean, everything worked just fine, worked just fine. The fish is happy, they're growing pretty good. I mean, look at this. I mean, only thing I add is what? Fish food, and even now in the winter, they don't eat a lot. So I feed them every 3 days or so, and then once a week I put in a scoop of irons and some Epsom salt, and that do the trick. That do the trick. Right now I am just getting some up on my greens. You can look at this. This is some massive root mass. I mean massive, just for one plant. Just for one plant. So we're gonna start eating pretty soon, and I'll start seeding new seeds for the spring. The spring I want to grow, I guess, this cucumbers and melons here on the wall. That's pretty much it for now. If you guys have any questions, just give me a comment, and I will try my best to go log in often and just reply your comment. But it's very, very simple. People say, oh my god, it's so much work. Really, it's not, because I bought this greenhouse for about $250 or $300 online. And this greenhouse will last me for what? 2 years already. The back wall and the front wall is getting bad, where there are tears and stuff like that, but that I can fix. I mean, next year I want to just use a lot of I mean, a lot of tape. I use tape already, but they're getting worse though, so I want to fix it a little more better next year. So I mean, and even with this, the greenhouse right now is what, 69 degrees right now. Outside it's about 50, so still 20 degrees higher. So that's not bad. That is really, really good. So no heater whatsoever now. At night it still dropped down to 30. But even at 30 though, we have a lot of water in the greenhouse to keep it warm. I mean, we have a lot. I mean, just water enough already. It's enough to keep it warm already. So, yep. So this is me sitting down. So at night it get down to about 40, 45 inside the greenhouse. But all the stuff I'm growing now, I mean, unless it's below freezing, then I should be alright. So I mean, whenever it get to like this year it was really cold. This year, I mean, extremely cold. So I mean, some night we get down to like -2, -5, and that I have to crank this bad boy on to like high, and then yep, and that's it. And that'll do the job. Do the job, and make sure you seal up the greenhouse pretty good. And that's all you can do. All this stuff here you can buy at like a Home Depot's or Lowe's. This bucket here, I bought them at the Home Depot for $13. It was like $12.99, so tax is like 13 something. So I got what? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and then I got 6 here. So, and I got 12, 13, and I got 2 of the deep water culture here. So 2 of those, so I got 15 total. 15 total, that's like what? 10 of them is already 130. So 15, so it'd be about 200 total for this alone. I mean, I went online and I saw some people that try to sell you like larger containers. They sell you for like 500-600 for one, and it's like only 2x8. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And for this here, this rock here, you can go to like place where they sell rock, sand, and soil, and you can buy them by the truckload, by tons. They sell you by tons. And what I bought was like a ton was like $50 for a ton. And I need only a truck and half of that. So I mean, what, about $75 worth of rocks. The piping though, piping is not that expensive at all too, because this greenhouse is pretty small. It's only 10 by 20. So piping is not that expensive. The one that's kind of get now, back then when I bought it was not that expensive, is the Uniseal. The Uniseal back then I bought was like $1 something a pop for the 1 inch size. Now it's like $2 a pop. So that get quite pricey because you have 15 of this, and then you have to punch a hole through. So that's $30, but then you know you use them so often, and so it's so convenient. So you use them a lot. The power I mean, in the winter is quite expensive. I mean, my monthly payment bills for powers for electricity is about 110. That means including my house too. So might be a little expensive, but I mean it's like $1, $2 a day max. I'm pretty sure. And during the summer it's even cheaper because during the summer you don't have the heater come on again, and that heater is like what, 750 watts. So you get cheaper. But I mean to run this and is efficient, very efficient, and it's so relaxing. It's one of the most relaxing things that I do. I mean, I go home from a hard day at work, and I go out here and I sit down and I hear that stream, I hear that water flowing. It's just wow, you know, like wow. And then you have this view. You sit down, you have, and right now I'm actually sitting down right now. You sit down, and you have this view, and you're like, wow, I created this. You know, sometimes when I work like 10 days straight, so I don't have time to tend to this greenhouse. I mean, it's just fine. It's just fine. Make sure you have enough water in your I'm sorry, I ran too fast. In your sump tank down here. My sump tank, as I told you, is like 4 by 8, and it's 2 feet deep. So I mean, you have enough water there. It'll last you for at least, if I have a full sump tank, I can go at least a week and a half without any looking at it at all. Without sometimes, so right now I'm kind of busy, so I go back here once every few days, and don't have to check up nothing because I don't use a bell siphon. You know, so I mean, bell siphon, you have to tweak it some, and then it might work, and then you might have to tweak it again. Over here, I just drilled a hole in the pipe, and then it will drain. So I mean, and the pump, I have used it for 2 years already. Used the pump for 2 years, and it's still good. So everything's still good. I mean, my timer is still good. So 15 on, 15 off, and the 2 small pump on 24/7. That's pretty much it. If you guys have more questions, just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer. Next time on my update, you will probably see all this bed will be cleared out a bit more, because I'll start pulling all this out, because when they get hot, the greens here will bolt. So I will probably gonna pull it out and plant something that is more heat hot, you know, that can take the heat. I might get some squash, some cucumber. I tried to grow tomato in here, but they just take up too much space. I mean, they grow like crazy, so they take up way too much space, and that's a lot of work. So I might grow something that's just like, you know, like stuff that will be easy taking care of, that will grow and can take the heat well. So it will be some changes actually. So, and I mean, here I want to do, I guess I'll buy more of this strawberry and grow in here, because it seems doing pretty well. I mean, I have flowers right now, so I mean, and this is only what, March. So hey, hopefully I'll get some strawberry this summer, I guess. And so in the summer, I will take all this out here, take all that out, and then this will be clean, because right now it feels so dirty. I don't like it being dirty, but I can't help it. There's so much stuff in here, but it will be clean. And then, as you can tell, the sun is up, so it's gonna get pretty hot in here pretty soon when the sun's up. Pretty hot. Sometimes we get like 100 degrees while it's only 60 outside if the sun's up. Man, it get hot. So right now I still have not, you know, removed all my cover yet, because at night it still get down to 30s. So just be safe. And then for a few more weeks, and I'm probably gonna take out the covers and, you know, take out this here, put on the zipper. What I like about this greenhouse is like they have the zipper at the front and at the end. So I mean, and you just have a small fan at the end and on top there, and you just blow it, and then we'll take all the hot air out. So it's pretty good. See what else. So I will start to pull all this out. Clear this bed here. And then